Hello everyone, welcome back. What are we on now? Part 4. So yeah, we have this grass here again. This verb here, tsumu, is just to pluck, to pick. I suppose quite obviously, but yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, and then of course we have fuku up there, meaning just to blow, and bi modoru, meaning to go back. Okay, and now just next to A up the top there we have hanatsu, meaning to release, or to emit, or to fire, or to release, kind of, to output. So we just want to aim it. Is this even how we do this? Ah. Alright, nice. Okay. Should I have spoken? I should probably speak to her first, should I, right? Maybe we'll get some information. Ara, ohayo. So just a noise, and then ohayo basically meaning good morning. Shujin nara asa hayaku kara ken wo motte dekaketa wa yo. Shujin, meaning husband. Nara, like kind of if it's my husband, if you're looking for my husband, if you want my husband. Asa hayaku kara, so from asa morning. Hayaku is the adverb form of hayai, meaning early, or yeah, early in this case. It also sort of doubles up as quickly. So yeah, just from early in the morning, I suppose. Ken or motte, motsu, to possess or to hold or to take, you know, to have in the hand maybe as well, to hold obviously. Ken or motte, so he took or had his sword, or he picked his sword up or whatever. And dekakeru, dekakeru is to go out, it's to depart and go out somewhere. So of course here we have dekaketa, which is past tense, so he did it in the past, early this morning. Wa, kind of a feminine vibe changer, and a yo, again, just kind of a telling you information stuff thing. Sore yori omae, so again, than that, or more importantly than that. Kono atari de kago ga nagarete kita no o mikake nakatta. Kono atari de, so atari is like a general area. And so kono is obviously this general area, I suppose. This general area, de, so at this general area. Kago is a basket, or well, in this case, I suppose, obviously like a crib, or a whatever. A basket, a crib, maybe even a bucket sometimes. But anyway, those sorts of things. Kago ga nagareru is to sort of flow away. Well, not even necessarily away, but just to flow. So nagarete kita no. So obviously she's appended kuru onto this verb to say that it kind of, you know, have you seen it come flowing? Well, that's what she's going to say eventually. But nagarete kita, so came flowing. And then no, just nominalizing it. So kind of turning it into a noun so that we can do more verbs to it, basically. And mikakeru is kind of to happen to see. Yeah, basically to happen to see. So mikake nakatta is past negative. So did not you see? Did not you happen to see? Kind of the come flowing. A basket come flowing, sort of, you know, around this area. Hosoi ki no kawa de. Oh, I should be able to read that. Is that ande aru? Aka-chan wo ideru kago nandakedo. Okay, let me look up. I think it's amu. Whoops. Let's try amu. Yeah, it totally is, right? Okay, awesome. To knit, to plait, to braid, etc. Okay, cool. So, hosoi ki no kawa. Kawa is like the... It's kind of the fur or the skin. And obviously ki is a tree. So it's like the kind of the bark in this case. The bark of a tree, like the skin of a tree. And then hosoi is like kind of fine or hosoi also, yeah, kind of fine, or what's the word? Like slim maybe. But yeah, slim or fine maybe. Those two sorts of words. Hosoi ki no kawa de. So with sort of fine tree bark, and then that verb we just saw, amu, ande aru. Aru after a verb means that it just kind of exists with the verb having been done, I guess. Ande aru. So yeah, it is. I suppose it's just knitted or it's just plaited using fine tree bark. And akachan is a baby, and ideru is to put into. So of course the o marking the object to which the verb will be done. So she's going to, well, and then that is modifying kago. So it is a kago or a crib into which I will place, you know, a baby or my baby or whatever. And then nan dakedo. Nan is again just that kind of explanatory language. The reason it's nan this time instead of just un is because it follows a noun. When it follows nouns or adjectives, you have to say nan dakedo. When it follows just verbs, you can't do that. So it has to just be un dakedo. So yeah, that's why it's nan dakedo this time. And the dakedo is kind of like but or though, but it also functions as kind of a softener as well, just meaning that it just softens it. It kind of softens whatever she's implying. There's kind of an implied request, so I suppose it's kind of softening that request. It's a softener. It just means it kind of, you could probably translate it as though in a lot of cases. And then we have komatta wa. Komaru is to kind of be troubled, to be kind of stressed out, I guess. So komatta wa, this is past tense, but it doesn't mean, you know, I was stressed out. It means kind of I have been stressed out by it. You know, I am stressed out by it. So yeah, komatta wa, so she's kind of concerned. Doko made nagasarechatta no kashira. So doko made, until where, and nagasu is... That's kind of the transitive form of nagareru. Nagareru is to kind of just flow, whereas nagasu is kind of to wash something away, like to kind of intentionally do that, or for something to wash something else away. And so this is actually, there's a lot going on with this verb. So nagasu is to wash something away. Nagasareru is the passive of that, so to be washed away. And then nagasarechatta is kind of this suffix at the end of this chao, as it would be in its standard form. Nagasarechao is essentially to undesirably be washed away. So obviously she didn't want it to get taken away, but it has been. So it's kind of, you can append this suffix here to say that, you know, sort of imply that you didn't want it to happen. And then of course that itself is past tense. So nagasarechatta is like until where did it was it undesirably washed away to, I guess. And then no, just kind of inquisition. And then kashira is the same as kana. It's sort of I wonder, it means I wonder, but only women can say this. I suppose, I don't know actually, you could maybe say it even if you're a man, but I wouldn't. You're going to come across very feminine. And that's supposing you even can. You probably can't. You're probably just going to get laughed at if you say kashira. It's very feminine sounding. Yeah, okay, cool. That's probably enough of that. I've got it right here. Okay. Here you go. Ara omae sono kago. So again, surprise. We see this a lot. This is like this game's catchphrase or something, isn't it? Sono kago, so that crib. Waza waza mitsukete mitsukete kite kureta no? Arigato. So waza waza means like especially, basically, to do something especially for someone. So waza waza mitsukete kite kureta no. So mitsukeru is to find, kuru is obviously to come, and kureru is that, you know, kind of did you do this for me kind of thing, if the for me kind of thing. So mitsukete kite kureta is, you know, did you do me the favor of coming, having found it? And then no, just kind of inquisitive language again. And arigato, of course, you know, means thank you. Ah, souda wa choudo anata ni watashitai mono mo aru shi. So a noise, and then souda wa. So this kind of means like that's right or whatever. But people kind of say it when they remember something, right? So I guess yeah, I don't know, man. I guess it still kind of works. Oh, that's right. Blah, 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 blah. I had this to do. Choudo means kind of like just right. So I guess in this sense it's like, you know, at the exact right moment for this to happen. So I need to cover this bit. Anata ni, to you. Watasu. We saw wataru in the last part, or we saw watareru, which was the potential form of to cross over something, to go over something. This is watasu, which is basically the transitive form of that. So what that means is to hand something over, to give an object, to hand an object over something to someone else, or much less literally to hand something to someone else. Watasu. And then of course it's watashtai because it's desire form. And then mono because this watashtai is modifying mono. Mono is just something, an object. So she's just saying an object to you desirable to hand over, or, you know, something I want to give to you. And then mo aru shi. Aru just meaning to exist. Mo, I don't know why it's mo, actually. Why is it mo? I wonder if it's... Why is it mo? Is it because this cargo exists and we're giving it to her and she's saying, oh, in addition to your giving me that, there also exists something I want to give to you. And then she is... Again, kind of a non-exhaustive list of reasons. But I don't know why she's saying it here, really. Maybe it's just like, it's good that you're here now because there's something I want to give you, etc. Yeah. And Chodo, as I said, kind of, you know, at the exact right moment. Sono kago wo motte uchi made issho ni kite kureru? Or kite kureru? I did that wrong. Kite kureru. Sono kago, so that crib, wo motte, kind of holding that crib. And that's obviously the te form because she wants to add more information. Uchi made, so until the house. Issho ni, essentially togetherly. Kite kureru, you know, will you come for me togetherly until the house, bringing that crib. And actually, motte kuru, I wonder if that's kind of what's happening here. Maybe it's just motte kuru, but with information in the middle. Motte kuru is to bring something. So it could be that as well. Please don't be long. it's going to be long. Understandably. Understandably, she is pregnant. Which I suppose I could teach you, actually. Ninshin. Ninshin is pregnancy. Pregnancy. So if you are pregnant, you will say ninshin shiteimasu or ninshin shiteiru. And that means you are pregnant. Omae, domo arigato. So just thanks very much. So, sore de ne, kore o anata ni watasou to omotte. Something. So. Kind of like saying out loud, like, that's right. Like, kind of thinking to herself, like, yeah, oh yeah, I wanted to give you this. Just kind of like, yeah, I don't know, man. Just sort of saying it out loud to herself, kind of thing. Sore de ne. I guess with that being done, kind of thing. Kore o anata ni. So this, and then marking the object to which the verb will be done. So obviously, kore is what the verb is going to be done to, and anata ni is to you, and wataso. This is obviously watasu, but it's volitional form. So volitional kind of means like let's do something, or it can mean that. But I feel like when you're not sort of requesting someone else do something with you, it kind of expresses full kind of insistence on doing a certain verb. So it sort of expresses commitment or, you know, complete conviction or happiness to doing a verb. So, you know, wataso to omou sort of means she is thinking that she definitely wants to hand it to us. Is kind of how I translate it. It's kind of tough to translate, but you know, she's fully happy and committed and insistent that she does whatever the verb is. So she gives it to us. So she's yeah, she wants to do that. Hai, dozo. So just, you know, just, I don't know. Dozo is like, here, take it, here you are. Oh yes. Okay, I think we might have maybe tsurizao or moratta. Morao, to receive. Obviously, this is past tense, so you received the tsurizao, which is a fishing rod. I'm just going to check that because, yeah, tsurizao. Okay, good. Yeah, maybe that is how you say it. I don't know. It's quite a satisfying kanji, isn't it, actually? Quite like that. Shimpuru na ukitsuri yo no sao. This time it's going to be sao, because usually it's sao, but tsurizao is just easier to say, I think. So they add a dakuten onto the sa, tsurizao. But here I imagine it's sao instead. Ukitsuri. Ukitsuri. Is that like a floating? Let's have a look. Ukitsuri. It doesn't like that. I think it does just mean to like float, though. Shimpuru is simple. Most adjectives that are kind of just spelled in katakana from English, usually they're na adjectives. So shimpuru na ukitsuri yo no sao. So it's a rod, it's all modifying rod, and it's a rod of the use of floating, I guess, bait, floating fishing, float fishing or something. And then simple obviously just means simple, it's a simple rod. Jujiki is what you call this because it is in the shape of the kanji for ju, meaning 10. So it's ju, ji meaning character. So it's 10 character button, 10 character key, just because it resembles the character 10. Itemu gamen de, so via the item gamen, the item screen. X ni setto shite tsukau. Tsukau meaning to use, so it's like use it having set to Y or X. Are they really the only options you get in this game? Sui men ni mukatte tsukaeba sao o Is that nore? Is it? No, it's not nore. Okay, good. I was going to say, I didn't think it was. What's this in? I think it can be read as sui. Oh, man. Okay, I'll have to try and look it up, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 strokes. I wonder if we can just go straight to that. Am I just not seeing it here? Oh, that's really annoying, man. 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... It does have 8, doesn't it? Do we see it here? Well, I know it's sort of... I know it's in, like, the word for, like... hanging or dangling or whatever. Tare maku. I can copy the kanji there. Mind you, I could have just written it, I suppose, but... So it's just tareru. That makes sense, doesn't it? Tareru. To hang, to droop, to dangle, to sag, to lower, blah, 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 blah. Okay, okay. Tare. Okay. So yeah, sui men ni mukatte tsukaeba sa o tare. I don't know what to call this. She stick, I guess. She stick, the C stick. Shita o oshitsuzukereba sa o hiki ageru. Alright, we've got a lot of information there. Sui men, so this is literally like the water face or the surface of the water. So water surface ni, just to. Mukatte is kind of to face towards. Mukau is your base verb, to face towards the water surface. Tsukaeba is sort of your conditional of tskau, meaning to use. So if you use it facing at the water surface. Sao tare, obviously that's the stem of the verb tareru, just meaning, you know, you will lower the rod. And down on the C stick, wo oshi tsuzukereba. Osu is to press. And suzukeru is to continue to do something. It's just to continue. And this is the conditional form of that. So suzukereba. If you continue holding down on the C stick. Sao o hiki ageru. The rod. And then hiku is to pull. And ageru is to, you know, to raise something up. So you will pull it up. Excuse me. Esa ga nakutemo sakana wo tsureru ga areba motto ironna sakana ga tsureru. Okay. So esa is like feed or bait. And nai is obviously negative of aru, just meaning to not be, to not have, to not exist. But here we have nakutemo, which is kind of a even if sort of statement. So even if there does not exist bait. Sakana, fish, or tsureru. Tsureru, the potential form of tsuru, meaning to kind of fish or capture, I suppose. So tsureru, you can capture fish, or you can get fish, even if there is no bait, but, the ga here acting as but. Areba, that's the conditional form of aru. So just meaning if you do have bait, if there is bait. Motto, meaning basically more. Ironna, varied, various. Sakana, fish again. Ga tsureru. You can capture more varied fish, I suppose. Thanks very much. Chotto, what is even this? Fuai coal? Let's have a look at that. 1 second. I might be wrong. Yeah. It's not fugol coal. It wouldn't be fugol coal, would it? Okay, we've got to look up that second kanji then. With radicals. We've got a 3-stroke one on the left there. There it is. Then we've got owl. Can I just get that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably not. No, but it has got kuchi in it, which is a 3-stroke kanji. And that only leaves us with 15. So I guess I'll just go with that. There it is. Copy that. I don't think this one comes up very often. Oh. Kakko, really? Really? Well, that's like the kanji for like kakko. No, it's not. Okay. Maybe it's an old one or something. Okay, interesting. So, the sort of the first kanji just means to not be something. It's just sort of, I mean, it's like un or dis or non or in, you know, any of those sort of negators that we have in English, like misinformation or unintended, you know, all these sorts of negators. So it's just negating the word kakko, which I suppose usually, I don't know, man, I'm sort of associating this with kakkoi, which means cool, but perhaps I shouldn't be. So yeah, kakko is just, I don't know, man. Fukakko, I feel like, is that just saying like uncool? Well, I did just have it open actually, didn't I? Unshapely, ill-formed, misshapen, awkward, clumsy. So, chotto, a little, and fukakko. So yeah, just it's a little sort of, you know, it's a little crappy, I suppose, basically. Dakedo. So kind of just a but at the end. Although, those probably a better translation there. It's a little, no. Yeah, maybe it works. It's a little crappy though. Or it's a little crappy but. Musuko no korin ga shujin ni osowari nagara tsukutta no yo. Okay. Musuko is son. And then korin is his name, Colin. And the no just links those nouns together. Some people sort of get caught up on no displaying possession, which it does do. It does display possession. But it also just links nouns and doesn't express possession sometimes. So it's not my son's Colin. It's not the Colin that belongs to my son. It is my son Colin. It just links attributes together in this case. Ga shujin ni osowari nagara. So osowaru is to be taught. And shujin is obviously husband. So taught by husband. Taught by my husband. And again we have osowari, the stem with nagara. While being taught by my husband, my son Colin. Tsukuru. Tsukuru is to make, and obviously this is past tense. Tsukutta, so my son Colin made it under the instruction of my husband, or whatever. And then no, explanatory language, and yo, just, you know, adding a bit of kind of force to it. Yokattara tsukatte yatte ne. Okay, interesting. I don't know why she's doing that. So, oh god, we've got quite a lot going on here. The verb, not the verb, sorry, the adjective e means like to be happy with something, to be fine, to be good, to be okay. Has a lot of meanings. But the way it conjugates is odd. It rather than being katta or whatever, it becomes like, it changes to yoku for like all of its conjugations pretty much. So its past tense is yokatta. And this is a kind of a conditional. Yokattara, if you're happy with it, if it's okay. Yeah, if you want to, sort of thing. Tsukatte yatte ne. So tsukao, just to use, and she's putting yatte on for some reason. I don't know why she's doing that. Doesn't change the meaning really, just changes the nuance a little bit. Tsukatte yatte ne. And net, just rhetorically kind of seeking agreement, sort of like, you know. If you're happy to, use it, you know. Use it, yeah, kind of thing. So we need to go and hassle this, well, hassle the fish until we get... Look at that cat. Oh, I love it. Okay, no, wrong button. There we go. Okay, how did this work again? No, don't run away, dude. I'm getting you a fish. What's going on? Okay, this is not the way to do it. Don't I want to... I don't know, man. Does it matter? I need so much help. Does it matter where I get the fish? Is that it? Oh, I thought I had it. Go! Exciting content. I don't know how to do this, guys. Okay, well, I got something. Green giru, obviously just green gill. And then 29 senchi, 29 centimeters. Or tsuri ageta. You, I suppose you fished up. You raised up fishing a green gill. Doko demo mikakeru. I know this, dude. What is this? It's not as simple as it looks, is it? I think it's zako. I think it's just zako, not issue. So yeah, doko demo, kind of, well, anywhere, basically. Anywhere, and then mikakeru, to sort of happen to see, or to be able to see, I guess. To catch sight of. So at anywhere, see zako. And zako is like an insignificant fish, I feel like. It's kind of a, you know, a basic little fish kind of thing. Yeah. And then not issue. This shu here kind of means like type or kind. And this is obviously one, so it is like one kind. It is a kind. It is a kind of small fish that you can see anywhere. Tsuri ageta sakana wa start wo oshite correcto to soubi gamen de kakunin dekiru. I laughed there because I don't know if that's actually to or not, but I read it as to, meaning and, obviously. Tsuri ageta sakana. So fish you have fished up. Fish you have caught, sorry. And then wa, just regarding fish you have caught. Starter wo oshite, press start. Correcto ando soubi gamen de, on the collection and equipment screen. Kakunin dekiru. Dekiru is the potential form of suru. It's obviously very different to the original verb. Suru is your original verb, but its potential form is dekiru, which is kind of crazy. But there you go. Kakunin is sort of to check or to confirm. I don't know why I circled the fish when I said that. But yeah, kakunin is to confirm or to check, and dekiru, you know, you're just changing it into a potential form verb. So you can check on the screen. Takusan tsureru no de, ei de nogashite yarou. Okay, takusan, it just means a lot. Tsureru is just... Wait a minute. Is that potential? I think it is potential, yeah, okay. Takusan tsureru no de, so you can capture a lot. So, no de is basically so. Ei de, using a, nogashite yarou. I don't know why it's yarou, actually. It could just be like nogaso, from the verb nogasu, meaning to let escape, or to let go, or I guess, furthermore, to release. Yeah, to sort of let escape. But yeah, they've gone with nogashite yarou for some reason. Just, it doesn't really change the meaning. Just changes the nuance a little bit. What's going on, dude? I've got you a fish, man. Where are you going? Okay, I'll just, like, just shake it around. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Fishing's easy, right? Okay. Nice. That has to be the thumbnail, right? What a ridiculous image. Okay, we've probably got time to get through this. I'm going to need money, though. Oh! Where am I? This isn't right. Okay, see you guys. Sorry. Where's the store? There it is. Okay, at the top there we just had what we've already seen. Serana. What was it? Zakaya or something? Oyama, omae. So just the noise, I guess. I don't know, man. Just noise of surprise, maybe. Irashai. Irashaimase is your normal phrase. It basically means... Well, I suppose it's kind of polite language, basically. It kind of means like... it translates kind of into just come in, you know, please feel free to be. Please come on in, sort of thing. And she shortened it down. Irashai mase, she's just saying irashai, which is perfectly fine. It's slightly more familiar, but, you know, doesn't change the meaning. You know, just makes it slightly less polite because it doesn't need to be polite. So, kiite okure ya. Okay. So I guess, again, just sort of saying out loud, oh, that's right, I have something to tell you, kind of, you know. Ah, so, oh, that's so, I don't know, man, it's weird to translate, but usually people kind of say this when they have something to tell you, right? Kiite okure ya. Kiku, to listen, so just the te form, kiite, and then okure, this is just kure again, sort of that modest kind of imperative, I guess, but she's just put an honorific in it, which doesn't really change anything. Kiite okure ya. And then yo at the end of vibe changes. So, you know, listen, yeah? Please listen, sort of thing. Uchi no neko-chan tara sugoi no. Uchi, kind of just my. Well, my if you put no with it anyway. My neko-chan. My cat-chan. And then tara. I guess maybe similar to Nara, like when it comes to my cat, maybe as opposed to others, you know. Sugoi no. Sugoi, I'm sure you know, it just means like amazing, incredible, fantastic. And then no, again, just kind of explanatory language. If this is very feminine, I may have already said this. You can't really end your statements with just no if you're a man, because it sounds too feminine. It doesn't work. You can end questions with no, but you can't end statements with no. It sounds too feminine. Kyou ne kono ko jibun de sakana o totte kitan da yo. No, she didn't. Or no, he didn't. I don't know the gender, man. Anyway, kyou ne, or whatever this is. So kyou, today, and then ne, just sort of like in Wind Waker I kind of translated this as right. So it's like she said, today, right? You know, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just in there to sort of, I suppose, pique our interest a little bit. You know, kyou ne, today, right? Kono ko, this child, quite literally, but you know, just obviously this little guy maybe is a better translation or whatever. Jibun de, jibun is like one's own or oneself. So jibun de is like on their own, on his or her own. Sakana o totte, that's just the te form of toru, meaning to get or to capture or whatever. So captured a fish, and then kitandayo. So captured a fish and came. And then undayo, just explanatory language. Ittai dou yattan darou ne. Ittai just kind of adds sort of what does it add? It adds, like... Well, I suppose it's like on Earth. When it can only really be added to question words, and it kind of adds on Earth into the mix. So do yatta is like how did, essentially. So you kind of got like how on Earth did, and then daro ne. How on earth did he or she do that? How on earth did that happen? You know, it just sort of adds a bit of force to the questioning part. Daro is obviously like, you know, sort of asking us kind of thing. Like, how on earth did they do it? You know? Or aren't you thinking that too? And then ne, a rhetorical agreement seeker thing. And then kono ko wa, this little guy wa, tensai kamoshirenai ne. Tensai is a genius. And then kamoshirenai, basically you don't need to really think too much about kamoshirenai. Kamoshirenai just translates as probably most of the time. So that's how you should think of it. Just put it on the end of statements to mean probably. Kono ko wa tensai kamoshirenai. This little guy is a genius, probably. And then ne, just rhetorical agreement seeking thing again. Goran yo, oishisou ni miruku nonde kawaii mon daro. So goran, Goran is like a polite way of saying, requesting someone look at something. No, it's not even that. Goran, yeah, just means like to look at. So goranyo is she's just saying like, you know, take a look, I guess. Yeah, and then oishii is delicious. Oishii is delicious. But she's obviously changed the final e out for so. Oishiso, which means seemingly delicious. And then ni, I suppose, is like, it changes it into an adverb as well. So seemingly deliciously. Miruku nonde, drinking milk. Your base verb there being nomu. So drinking milk. And then kawaii. I'm sure you know kawaii. It means to be cute or lovely looking or something like that, you know. And then mon is kind of just a kind of an emotionalizer. It just kind of adds sort of emotion into the mix. Kawaii mon daro. And then daro again is like, aren't I right? Isn't that so? So yeah, it's kind of just look at her, you know, loving drinking her milk. Isn't she cute or he cute? I don't know, do I? Soda, anta mo kore o nomi yo. So, oh yeah, that's right. Like, I could do, you know, just something. She's just thought of something, basically. So she's saying, Soda, anta mo, you also, kore o nomi yo. Interesting. Oh, nomi. That's kind of polite language. But never mind. So this drink, and then yo at the end. As in, kind of, you know, drink this. Kyou wa kibun ga ii kara sabisu sa. So kyou wa, today. Kibun is like one's kind of feeling or mood or whatever. So kibun ga ii, my feeling is good, I'm in a good mood. Kara, essentially meaning so in this case. I'm in a good mood today, so sabisu. Sabisu is the katakanaization of service, which unfortunately has sort of been it's been kind of absorbed into Japanese culture to mean something given for free. So service doesn't mean service anymore in Japanese. Service means something you get for free from a business or whatever. And then sa, don't worry about sa. I don't. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Miruku iri bean o moratta. So again, you received a bean is a bottle, and then iri, I guess, is just to be contained within. So a milk containing bottle received. You received a milk containing bottle. Hanbun hetteru. Or hanbun hetteru. Hanbun is like, yeah, just half. And heru is to decrease. So this being kind of present, well, sort of the same as present continuous, it's sort of like it exists having been decreased by half. So yeah, half is missing, half is gone, or whatever. Y x de nomeba, that's obviously the conditional of nomu. If you drink using y or x, hato ga, your hearts, mitsu, kaifuku suru. 3 of your hearts will kaifuku suru. Kaifuku is recovery, and then we need suru to make it into a verb. So 3 of your hearts will recover, or you will recover 3 of your hearts, or whatever. Aki ni natta bin wa YX de futte naka ni nanika irerareru. Okay, aki is like empty, so and ni is just the particle that usually goes with naru as your verb. So it's like, and then it's all modifying bean. So it's bottles that became empty, basically. Bottles that became empty, or bottles that have become empty, or whatever. Yexude futte. Furu is to kind of to brandish, to swing, to shake. So using Y or X, brandish it or shake it around or scoop or whatever. Naka ni, to inside, narika, something. Irerareru, that's the potential form of ireru, meaning to put in. And so irerareru is just can put in. You can put something to inside if you sort of shake it around using Y or X. Yeah. Okay, cool. That seems like a good place to stop. I haven't been able to run in a circle without this noise coming up. Can I do it over here? Almost. Kind of. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and or support if you want. Don't if you don't. Thanks to my patrons, and I'll see you next time.